when I first met Bill, and we know how sharp he is, right? I mean, he's this gentleman all the way. And I came to him and I said, listen, Bill, this Andrew's character is exactly the opposite of what you look like in general, in life, right? So
I remember meeting him for the first time, and he would come up to me and be like, I really don't look like this normally. Like, please, like, this is awful.
What was it about the story that intrigued you from that first 10 years ago?
I mean, of course, on the original book, but of course also on first Sarah's draft, is this family portrait. But mostly, or above anything else, is the legacy thing. So what we leave behind, what's our meaning here, what we are living, and between these two elements, I think the whole plot is being developed.
Moving it out of New York in the book, was that just like a logistical thing, storytelling for you? What was that decision?
Yeah, one of the first challenges was how do we make something that originally was meant to be very local with a bunch of references into something somehow more universal or more abstract. So the idea of trying to have something that can be translated into different audiences with different backgrounds, and by moving it into these areas or these spaces, I believe that was very helpful in order to make it a little wider or open for people that were not related to very specific things about, for example, in this case, New York.
Mm-hmm. Noah, how do you pick the projects you're going to do? Is it about like who the character is? Is it about like the actors you get to work with?
I got sent the script and I read it in like 2 hours, and I was blown away, and I was so excited about it that I was like, I heard Pablo was in London, and I was like, I'm just gonna fly to London for like 2 days, and I'm just gonna go meet him and see him and just like tell him how much I love the script and how much I want to work with him. And so I did, and it worked. So
which is true, because I was in London and we were trying to meet Noah, and then we learned he wasn't there, and suddenly he was there.
Yeah, I just arrived. I think I was the first one that was cast.
Yeah, that's correct.
And so with someone like Bill, who I think is just, I grew up with him. He's like my childhood, and I have so much respect for him. But then when we're doing these scenes and it's so vulnerable and genuinely vulnerable with these people, you suddenly break through that. And I think, in a character way, but I think underneath it in a human way as well.
His look in this film, was that your idea? Was that his idea? How did you come to the full long hair, long beard?
He was open to try stuff and trying to go new places and very generous in the sense that sometimes for actors it's not that easy to explore new layers on their way of working. And Bill was from the first second ready and excited about trying to create a special character for Andrew, right? And I'm so proud of what he did, and so grateful that he had allowed me to guide him into this new adventure.
And you saw Hamnet for the first time this weekend
I did.
too?
I
Okay,
did.
so you've already seen that. So tell me, what was that? What was watching yourself? And I guess watching like an even younger version sort of yourself.
I mean, honestly, it's been one hell of an overwhelming weekend, to be honest. It's been crazy, but I feel insanely lucky and, to be here with this film, which I'm very passionate about, but then also go and support my brother in Hamnet. Like, it's a pretty special moment, and these things don't come around often, so I feel very privileged.
Did you cry?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's also my brother, and there's some, it gets very dark and very intense, and I think it was like 10 minutes, and I was already crying, and then that just got worse from there. So, I had to take I remember after, and you got all the parties and stuff, and I was like, going to them, and I was like, I actually just need a second. Like, I went and watched a film, because I was like, I need to calm down from that. But my go-to film to calm down is about time, you know? I'll bring it right back there.